Today we're still putting supers out. Hello, I'm Griffith, welcome to Winning Griffith. Here we talk everything beekeeping, farming, countryside living. Now we do reviews as well. Now we are out in the home apiary today, hence I'm in the tractor. Easier to bring a pallet of supers out to the site in the tractor because I know I'm not going to get stuck. And I got a pallet there of wet supers that's been stored outside because we didn't have room this year to store all the supers indoors, so using all them up first to get the yard nice and clean and tidy. But I tell you what, the reason for this video is it's not really talking about supering as such, but how bad the spring has been. The spring is absolutely terrible. Some of the bees there are absolutely starving. And you remember one of my previous videos, I put a video on putting supers on and saying that was rocket fuel for bees. Well, I tell you what, we've gone from putting wet supers on as rocket fuel to putting wet supers on to keep the bees alive. These wet supers now are a crucial source of food for them, and hopefully things start to get drier and warmer and these bees can start flying and start bringing in nectar and pollen and start really growing. But yeah, these supers today, these are not going to be rocket fuel. It's just going to be instant food for them to keep them going. Because if it weather holds on like this for any longer, then we're going to have to seriously consider going around all the hives and start feeding everything. Now, we haven't fed hives since that video we were putting supers out in Cardigan, which was, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, maybe a bit more. Well, I haven't put any feed on since, and the plan is I'm not going to feed anything. But if your bees are starving and you don't feed them, they die. It's as simple as that. Not an easy decision to do, because you don't want to risk sugar in your honey, etc. But better to have honey and live bees than bees starved out and dead in your boxes. That's the situation we're all facing at the minute. Right, let's get these supers off the pallet. Right, so what have I got down here? Look at that. Trusty Did and smoker. It is a job to find a better smoker than that, and we sell them as well from America, not made in China, made in America. Those smokers, really good. Right, pallet of wet supers. I've got queen excluders in the back here, straps because I'm going to move some of the hive. Well, I'm actually going to move all the nationals from this site. We are going to turn this into a Langstroth site, mainly for the Anel hives. So I think Langstroth is definitely up and coming. I think Flow Hive has done a huge, given Langstroth a huge boost in the UK. Obviously Langstroth is the most popular size in the world. But with our business, selling beekeeping equipment, and we sell Anel, I think it's just right. And we have a Langstroth site, but at the minute it'll just be with Anel hives. So we've done some splits already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I thought I had 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 8 Langstroth hives already. We may take a sneak peek, see if they've accepted the queens in this video. But basically, queen excluders, smokers, supers, straps, hive tool in the soda wash. Right, nothing else to it now but crack on with the job. That is a fair bit taller than me, but I'm just tall enough. Right. Now these are wrapped in layers. As I was extracting honey, put a stack out, wrap the top up till I was ready. So we've got several, well, I say several, 2 or 3 layers of plastic. Now I know that's environmentally friendly now that you've got to wrap these up, but if I didn't and wax moth got into these, it'd be big trouble. Let's have a look. Look at that. Perfect. Lovely. But it's not rocket fuel today. It's a Lifeline. This one's a double brood. Don't normally like double brood, well, brood and a half, sorry. Not double brood. I don't like double brood or brood and a half. Leftover feed. This one looks pretty strong. There it is. Nothing to scrape off the top of these being buckfast types. Right, normally this time of year now I'd shake these down into the first box, Queen Sluder Super, but I haven't got time to do that now. I just want to get these supers done because we've got beekeeping training tomorrow. I've got a lot of things to sort out there, so Queen Sluder Super, we'll push these down on another time. Very typical of black bees, or Welsh black bees, or European black bee. They're all the same depending where you live. They are just in here, they haven't touched these frames. Right, let's see if there's eggs and brood in there, make sure they're right. Because if anything looks, say, half a box, check a few frames, see if there's eggs, see if there's good brood in there. If they are, they can have a super. If not, there could be a drone layer or anything. We want to shake them out. We don't carry passengers anymore. We get the bees out, melt them down, new nuke in its place. Take no prisoners in beekeeping. Your bees and your beekeeping and your honey crop will improve drastically. And when I say take no prisoners, I mean take no passengers. Everything's got to pay its way. Because if the hive is not paying you, then you shouldn't be paying the hive. It's as simple as that. Otherwise, you're just left with rubbish, sickly bees that don't produce any honey or does hardly any pollination for that fact. So everybody wants, like the good book 2 of my friends have written, healthy bees, heavy hives. That's the kind of things you want to be doing. Got a little bit of stores. That's one good thing with these native bees. They do preserve their food a lot better than buckfasts. And they're a lot slower off the mark. There you go. Another 1/4 frame of feed. You can see the colour of these bees is pretty dark. But see the odd ginger one in there. They do cross, there's nothing you can do about that. Sure, these bees telling me it's too cold. And it is. There we go. into some brood frames. Full of eggs, full of brood. Okay, happy days. Today I don't need to see any more than that. We'll do full disease inspections on these bees later on the next visit when we're not strapped for time. It is trying to rain, it's cold. We're just here basically doing one job, getting supers on the bees so they have something to eat and opportunity to grow. That's today's job, we're not doing anything else. Guys, commercial manly frames. When the bees fill that up with honey, there's some weight to it. Leftover feed from the winter. Look at this classic drone layer. There's the queen. They're on 3 frames. Only way to fix this is kill the queen and shake these bees out. There ain't no fixing it. Right, no super for that one. And that one's getting a shake out, and I do that at the end of the shift. I don't do that now. Because there'll be bees flying here and they will eventually go to the hives either side. And here's a telltale sign things weren't right there. They didn't touch their fondant. They didn't need it. They didn't have workers coming through needing food. So you do find them, especially this time of year. You're feeding them in the winter, you think they look good, and they dwindle to nothing in the spring. So pop the queen, shake the bees out, start again. Here's another one, just kicking off really. Starting to brood a little bit, stores, and you can see brood. None of my native type bees are going to think of even attempting a swarm for at least 4 to 5 weeks. They're just nowhere near ready. And on the other hand, the buckfasts, they're strong enough to go now. But this site, being a home site, we're going to change best part of these 2 buckfasts, because this is in the, well, one of the nuclear is here as well, so it'd be handy having the same types of bees on both sites. There's a decent cluster for Welsh blacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 frames of bees. Look at these, got the aggression on these. One downside of them. Right, that's everything supered up apart from the Anel hives because they are nukes. Right, let's shake out how to deal with it. Take the bees off from there. Now I'm going to look for the queen to know she's marked, but if you can't find the queen, it's not crucial. It's just better if you do find her. That's the queen. grab a, finish it off. Right. That. All drawn. Now I'm going to pick this hive up, take it up there, or we're going to shake it out in the hedge. And the idea is then the flying bees will come back here, this hive won't be there, and they'll either fly into the hives next door and make themselves useful. Right, so now the bees are shaken off and I've taken the box straight away. Every time you shake bees off, whether it's shaking for anything, especially for drone layers, you want to take the box away straight away, otherwise they'll fly back into the box and you haven't gained anything. Now we've got lots of activity, bees flying around here, a lot more activity on this hive and a lot more activity on that hive. So those bees, they'll go ask for permission from the hive next door and they'll go in there and help that hive out. And basically we haven't got a drone layer anymore, but we are a hive down. But this is beekeeping, it's farming, it's nature. Things do die out, it's natural. And nobody talks about this, but you actually want losses. You want some losses, a good 10% at least every year. So all your old hives, say they die, you re-melt the frames out and get a new nuke in its place. And that is a good way to get rid of old frames. Anything that's dead out, you melt it out. Now when a nuke comes in, it's all new frames and foundation, fresh bees, everything does a lot better, and that's really good for disease prevention as well. If something dies out and you don't know why it's died out, shake it out, melt it out, there's value in the beeswax, get a new nuke in its place. And that is it. For this video, putting supers on to feed the bees, can you imagine that? But that is the spring we've had, and that's the card we dealt, and we've got to do our best to navigate this awkward situation. Now I'm still not going to put more feed. Some of these hives had a little bit of fondant left over, I've left them on, but I'm not giving anything extra fondant. We'll see what next week entails, and if it does warm up, we'll be okay. There's plenty of dandelion and everything in flower. Otherwise, we'll be forced to bring out the food. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.